Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is Friday. It is the 8th of October, 2021. Before we get into this video, I just want to give a heads up to anybody that is traveling through New York over the next several days. Monday is Columbus Day, and so New York is going to be having a higher police presence out on the highways, and they're looking to pad the bank, if you will. They will be, hi baby girl. Yeah, I gotta tell you what was going on. I'll tell you afterwards.
Okay.
I love you.
Love you too.
Okay. So they need to pad their coffers, and they use it as in the guise of keeping the roadways safe. So the state police will be out in strong presence over the course of this weekend. So I want to give you guys all a heads up and warn you, please be safe. If you are traveling through New York State over the next 4 days, today through Tuesday, because they will still be out there Tuesday as well, please obey the speed limits. Don't talk on your phones. And definitely don't be driving impaired. Alright? So just putting that out there ahead of time, because they will definitely be on the hunt. Alright, second thing before we start this video, I will be live streaming tonight at 8 p.m. So I would encourage you all to join me then. Okay? So I hope everybody is able to come. So 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we will be doing a nice live stream this evening. Okay, so this video is going to be about, I've had so many people say, this is a scenario type of video that is a real super possibility. Kind of came to me in yesterday's video, and I wanted to discuss it more in this video. People have always said there's no way they could enact martial law. There's too many people. There's no way they could control everything, especially out in the rural areas. And I always had to agree with that. But now, after much thought and contemplation, I'm going to disagree, and I'm going to tell you why. We're going to talk about this right now, of a scenario that is a real plausible scenario that absolutely could happen, and it's a great way to enact martial law, but also control everything, and they don't have to come out into the rural areas to try to control people in the rural areas. Alright? So let's use this scenario here. Things continue to get worse, things continue to go on, and so they decide to pull the plug, do a grid down situation. Of course, it would be blamed on foreign actors, it would be blamed on cyber attacks, or whatever the case may be, but for whatever reason, sometime through the course of this winter, the grid goes down. Alright? Now, how long would the grid be down? The scenario that I'm playing out here in my head, I'm thinking 2 to 3 weeks, maybe a month max. But if that is the case, and if they did it for that time frame, we would start to eat ourselves very quickly. Within less than a week, you would see complete anarchy, because when people realized that the grid was down, having no idea when the grid was going to come back up, we would just absolutely go nuts. Now, I'm the powers that be. I've pulled the switch. I'm the one that's controlled that situation, right? So I've rallied the troops. I got the troops ready to do what they need to do. And I selectively put the power back on in certain places. Large cities, those type of situations. Okay? Think about this. It's brilliant, and it makes 100% sense. So we want, as the evildoers, let's say, want to corral people into cities, get them out of rural areas and that type of thing. So if I have selectively, say in New York City, Washington D.C., different places like that, I've put the power back on. Okay? Los Angeles, California, those type of places. Midwest, let's say St. Louis. Now, I live in a rural area. I've heard, okay, that the power is... Okay, I'm gonna use up here. So I live in a rural area, And I've heard the power is back on in Rochester, New York. They got the power back on in Rochester, New York. But now they've enacted martial law at this point because of the anarchy, right? So I know that if I go into Rochester, I can't take anything to protect myself because I'm going to be disarmed if I go in there willingly. What would happen is that's a very easy way to control the population because you don't turn the power back on out in those rural areas because you want them to. Who's crying? Was that Abby? I heard somebody. Oh, maybe it squeaks. Okay, all right. So, like I said, they know that if they just leave the power off in the rural areas and say, oh, well, because of this cyber attack, we're not able to turn that power on, people will then flock to where the power is on. Now, will there be holdouts? Absolutely there will be. There will be some of us, and me being one of them, that will never go in and turn in and submit and do as I am told like a good citizen. But that is how they absolutely could do it. It is a very plausible way to do it. And people will just go in, they'll lay them down because they want those comforts. They want that power. They want to be able to watch TV, all those type of things. They don't want to have a hard time. And once they've had the power out for a period of time, and like I said, it could be, let's use 3 weeks. Let's say they turn the power off for 3 weeks. Believe me, after 3 weeks, a lot of people in this country would be suffering big time if they were not already dead. All right, so it serves two purposes. It weeds down the population because, again, like I said, we'll eat ourselves. So you reduce the population that way. You get rid of every compromised person that's out there because there's no way 3 weeks later that anybody that's on a ventilator or life support, supporting things like dialysis and those type of things, unless you have that set up, prepared for ahead of time, they're all going to be gone. So they serve their purpose that they want. They want population reduction, right? They don't want so many people. So you turn those lights out for 3 weeks. You have every compromised person die. Forget about the people in the nursing homes. They're probably all gone. Unless their family members have gone and picked them up and taken them. Anybody that is in, with the mentally retarded people, same situation. Most of them would be gone because unless their family members came and picked them up and took them, and if they dumped them in the facility in the first place, they're probably not coming to pick them up. Those are things people need to think about. So you get rid of all those type of people. So that drain, right? Because that's what they consider it. They consider it a drain on society. They're all gone. All those compromised people, everybody getting dialysis, all those type of situations are all history. And greatly reduced population because of the situation that has happened. Because people will kill each other over a loaf of bread after a very short period of time. 9 meals, guys. 3 days. It's a thin veil between civilization and anarchy. So 3 weeks later, lo and behold, while the powers that be are able to turn the power on in certain cities, people will flock to those cities, willingly giving up any rights that they have. If they tell you then, well, if you come in here, you have to have this vaccine or that vaccine, and you have to submit and do this or that, they're going to give up your freedoms. People will give up their freedoms without question. They won't even think about it because they want those creature comforts. Now, is this a plausible situation? 100%, because it serves many purposes at the same time. People will beg to give up their freedoms, and then they win. Now, again, I will say there will be holdouts. Absolutely there'll be holdouts. But those powers that be will be in a much, much better situation to later on, at their own leisure, to clean out those holdouts wherever they may be. They can roll in there at any point in time then and say, they can do reconnaissances with drones and all those type of things, figure out where these holdouts are, and take care of their business when they feel like it. Selective targeting. Very, very easy. So something to think about, something that I wanted to put into your guys' heads. You know, people say, oh, no way, martial law could never work. They can't control the whole country. Well, boy, yes, sir, they sure can. And people will beg to give up their freedoms. Absolutely beg to give up their freedoms. So that is why I will always continue to tell you folks, always tell you, prepare, prepare, prepare. We never know what's going to happen. We never know what the situation may be. And that's just one scenario, guys. That's just one scenario where people will willingly give up their freedoms, you know. And then again, you know, and I have mentioned this before. Let's say you're one of those holdouts. You said, I'm not going. There's no way I'm going. I'm not doing it. Well, now your daughter or your son or your wife, somebody that you love dearly, has some kind of a disease that is absolutely treatable, that can be cured, that can be treated, and they can survive if you go in and you give yourself up. But living out there in the wilds, you don't have the access to that modern medicine as you wish that you did. And so you will see a lot of people, the toughest, hardcore, most, you know, angry people that are saying, nope, I'm not ever going to do it, will do it. They'll absolutely do it. And the powers that be, again, these people are not stupid. They're not stupid. They're very, very smart people. They have an agenda, and then they can blame that power outage, like I said, on saboteurs, on a foreign actor, you know, a cyber attack, whatever country they want to blame it on, and people will rah, and they'll be pissed off, and they'll want vengeance, they'll want blood, they want revenge, okay? Think of Pearl Harbor. Think of that. Think about 9/11. Think of those situations, okay? Same type of situation. All the powers that be have to do then is, let's say, point a finger at China. It was China's fault. China was the one that did this. Something to think about, guys. All right. So really quickly, I want to remind everybody on my website, preppernurse1.com, we have the Prepper Nurse 1 community, which is free to join. You do have to register, but it's a great resource that we set up for you guys to connect with like-minded people. You do have to register, but no credit card information is asked when you do so. It's a great place for reading the message boards or trying to find somebody in your state or your country like-minded to connect with. Again, groups. When the worst things happen, the only way to survive what's coming is groups. Also, on my website we have the Forefathers, which is the CBD and hemp store. If you go to my website, you will see their logo. If you click on that, it will take you to their website. If you go there, and if you decide to make a purchase on their website, when you check out, make sure you use the discount code PrepperNurse1. That's the number 1, not O-N-E. You will save yourself 15% on a purchase over there. So definitely take advantage of that as well. All right. Last thing, it is on my website, we have the Legacy freeze-dried foods. Definitely take advantage of that as well. 25-year shelf life, GMO free. It is vegetarian, but beef and chicken options can be purchased separately. There are gluten options available for people that need that as well. So definitely check that out. It's a good thing to have in your preps, and so I encourage you to do so. Again, guys, these are very plausible scenarios. This is not trying to instill fear in anybody. What I was talking about today, I'm not trying to do any kind of fear mongering. That's not what it's about. It's giving you a thought that the what if situations, right? We did that what if series, right? This is a very plausible thing that would work in their favor, greatly reducing the population, because you get rid of so many people that they don't want around anyway. All right? And after 3 weeks, pretty much the strong will be the ones left. That's who would be left. So, anyway, I definitely want to hear your feedback on this video. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Remember, guys, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race, and as soon as we can figure that out, we're going to be in much, much better shape. Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every single day how we feel. Last but not least, STD. Step thing and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, Soxy. Whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that can stop you from reaching your goals is you. That's it. Nobody else can stop you. Stay positive, stay away from the negativity, and you're going to be just fine. See, she was heading over to harass poor Miss Molly, and there's Mr. Max sleeping in a chair over there. So we were not going to allow that to happen. We're not going to let you be mean. The most loving cat you guys have ever seen in your life right here. But she is the boss. She bullies the other cats, which is just, it blows me away because she's such a love bug. All right, folks, I will see you all tonight, 8 p.m. for the live stream. Topic to be determined. I hope everybody has a great day. Prepper Nurse 1 out.